Today's video is brought to you by ablmerch.com. You're able to get all the hats I wear in the videos, plus a large selection of other hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, and more through the link in the description box below. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we gotta talk about Donald Trump saying that he takes hydroxychloroquine as a preventative measure against the virus. Now, this admission, this statement sent the entire political sphere, Twitter sphere, regular normie sphere into an uproar, into a tizzy. Oh, we can't say that. People gonna take it. They're gonna die. He shouldn't be taking it. He's morbidly obese. He's in the risk category. There's all kind of crazy reactions that have been given as a result of his statement. But before we get into those reactions, let's roll some clips, shall we? The first clip will be Trump saying that he takes hydroxychloroquine. Then you'll see Nancy Pelosi give her 2 cents. Then you'll see Neil Cavuto screeching on Fox News against Donald Trump. After we get done with all of that, I'll come back. I'll give you my 2 cents, my deep, detailed analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
And a lot of good things have come out about the hydroxy. A lot of good things have come out. And you'd be surprised at how many people are taking it, especially the frontline workers, before you catch it. The frontline workers, many are taking it. I happen to be taking it.
Hydroxychloroquine?
I'm taking it, hydroxychloroquine.
When?
Right now, yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I started taking it. Because I think it's good. I've heard a lot of good stories. And if it's not good, I'll tell you right, I'm not going to get hurt by it. It's been around for 40 years for malaria, for lupus, for other things. I take it. Frontline workers take it. A lot of doctors take it. Excuse me. A lot of doctors take it. I take it. Now, I hope to not be able to take it soon because, I hope they come up with some answer. But I think people should be allowed to. I got a letter from a doctor the other day from Westchester, New York, around the area. He didn't want anything. He just said, sir, I have hundreds of patients, and I give them hydroxychloroquine. I give them the Z-Pak, which is zithromycin, and I give them zinc. And out of the hundreds of patients, many hundreds, over 300 patients, I haven't lost one. He said, please keep pressing that, sir. And if you look at that phony report that was put in, that report on the hydroxy was given to people that were in extraordinarily bad condition.
Yep.
Extraordinarily bad. People that were dying.
Saying that he's now taking hydroxychloroquine. Are you concerned?
Well, first let me say how happy I am about your new baby. How lovely. As far as the president is concerned, he's our president, and I would rather he not be taking something that has not been approved by the scientist, especially in his age group and in his, shall we say, weight group, what is morbidly obese, they say. So I think it's not a good idea.
On patients there and those who took it in a vulnerable population, including those with respiratory or other conditions, they died. I want to stress again, they died. If you are in a risky population here and you are taking this as a preventative treatment to ward off the virus, or in a worst case scenario, you are dealing with the virus, and you are in this vulnerable population, it will kill you. I cannot stress enough. This will kill you.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, I'm not really sure where to begin. I probably should give you a little bit of background and some context so we're on the same page. Now, Trump, a few weeks ago, spoke about this very same drug. Hydroxychloroquine, he said it's a good drug. It works very well with the virus. People have had success all over the world. And right when he said that, he was instantly rebuked by everybody. Oh, you can't say that. You're not a doctor. You can't be giving medical advice, all this and that. And then there was a little kerfuffle that happened in Arizona. Remember that? With the couple where they took chloroquine phosphate, not the same compound at all, but I digress. They took that, the husband died, the wife ICU. Then they said, oh, Trump's the reason why her husband died. Although now, allegedly, maybe she's under investigation for murder, but that's a whole different story. And I digress. My whole point is that they were trying to take things that are going on and blame it on Trump because he said that the drug is good. And then they were trying to say he's not a doctor, so he should not be giving medical advice. So there's all kind of things that have been said against Trump as it relates to hydroxychloroquine. Now, the question I have is why? What is the real reason? I don't really know, because this drug has been proven to work with the virus. It ain't just me saying it. It ain't just random doctors. It ain't just Trump. You know, you have actual trials on this drug that go back to like 2005 with coronaviruses. Not the same virus, but other coronaviruses, because let's not forget, coronavirus is a family of viruses. It's not just one. Okay, the common cold is a coronavirus. So is SARS and MERS. The most recent coronavirus came from China. That's why they call it the novel coronavirus, because it's new. All right, but it's still under the same family. This drug has had effectiveness with this family of viruses. And don't take it from me. I'll link to my research. I'll link to some, peer-reviewed documents in the box. Now, let's talk about some of the reactions from, the politicals, Neil Cavuto, everybody else. Nancy Pelosi, start with her first. Now, she's talking about, Trump's morbidly obese. He shouldn't be taking it. First of all, let's just say he's fat. I'm not sure about morbidly obese. He's not, Mr. Olympia or nothing like that. I mean, we can all see that. He's kind of a big guy, but morbidly obese, define morbidly obese. Because if Trump's not about 375 or 100, I'm not sure that will really qualify him as being morbidly obese. We're not seeing 600-pound life in the White House. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm kind of getting off on a tangent, so I'll get back on track. The whole point is that I'm not really sure that's appropriate, but even let's just say it is. Now, would you call Rosie O'Donnell, Stacey M1 Abrams, would you call them morbidly obese, although they are? Would you just say that? Like, is that a thing you would say to people or about people? If I were to say that about Stacey M1 Abrams, would I be a racist or a bigot or a fat phobe or something like that? Whatever happened to that? People that would say, if you fat shame a Lizzo or somebody like that for being butt naked at a Lakers game, then that's wrong for fat shaming, right? But you got Nancy Pelosi talking about, this guy's morbidly obese because he wants to take a certain drug that'll help him prevent from getting the virus. That's okay. It's weird, but you know how the left are. Without double standards, they would have no standards. But I move on. That was just kind of really weird from Pelosi, just trying to prevent this drug from being out there. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they want to use remdesivir, like Fauci says, which is a very expensive drug, and you got to shoot it through IV. But again, I move on. Also, remdesivir is experimental. It ain't been around that long. But again, I move on. Now, Neil Cavuto having a meltdown. People are going to die. They're going to die. Like, really, sir? Like, first of all, you're on TV. Regain your composure and be a professional. Don't just be saying stuff because you're saying that like you're a doctor. Okay, last time I checked, Neil Cavuto was a finance guy and an anchor on TV. He's not a doctor. It's a shame when CNN, the Clinton News Network, Common News Network, does better as it relates to their take on the virus than Fox News does. Okay, I was watching a clip from CNN that had Sanjay Gupta and somebody else on there giving their medical advice. Of course, they were against the drug. It's CNN, of course, but they were at least giving rational arguments. I can disagree. I can see other doctors say things that are different, but it's okay. At least they were giving a rational argument rather than Neil Cavuto screeching about how everybody's going to die. And what he's doing, which is what a lot of mainstream media folks are doing, is he relied on a study that came from New York, a very flawed study, not peer-reviewed or anything. All they did was do this study and throw it up online. No peer review, no nothing. Just here's some numbers, take that. And the media have run with it. And the study, they had a bunch of old guys. Like, I think they might have been Vietnam veterans. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. But they were old guys. All of them had conditions already, heart disease, everything else. They were old. And they were really, really sick. They were pretty much knocking on death's door. And when they took the drug, hydroxychloroquine, they did not take it in conjunction with other drugs that are normally taken with it. They didn't have the Z-Pack or zinc. So it's like you're not giving them all the drugs they need, not just the one drug. You're probably giving them the incorrect dosage. And then on top of that, these guys had a very slim chance of living anyway because they're old and they're pretty much already done. And it was not peer reviewed. So what did you actually do in the study? what more did you do that you didn't tell us? So the study was flawed, all right? There have been doctors that have said that they have treated patients with hydroxychloroquine and Z-Pak or whatever, and they've not lost one. Karen Whitsett, the black Democratic female Michigan lawmaker, came out and said that she was pretty much at the end and took hydroxychloroquine, from a doctor, of course, and she was all right. She made a total recovery, total 180. All right. So I'm not really understanding what all this is about, but maybe I do. Maybe it's about trying to push big pharma, trying to push some of these expensive remedies like remdesivir. A trial drug is very expensive. It's like $1,500 for one round of it versus hydroxychloroquine, which is like 50 cents a pill, real cheap, real generic, real easy to get, real easy to manufacture. Been around for a long time. It's proven. It's been around since World War II to treat lupus now, rheumatoid arthritis. What else? It's an anti-malaria drug. People take that in Africa routinely to prevent malaria. All right. It's a heavy anti-inflammatory. All they're really saying on the news is that it can mess with your heart. But Trump has a doctor in the White House that is, giving them advice. So if the doctor was like, no, don't take that, he probably wouldn't take it. All right. So as I close, I want to say this. The media, you guys got to tighten up. Neil Cavuto on Fox News, you got to tighten up, sir. I mean, it's getting to the point now where I'm starting to have to pick and choose what I watch on Fox, and that's really a shame. But hey, that's what happens. People like myself and many others are now the new mainstream media. They come to us and watch us rather than going over there and watching them, because over there they'll get a lot of spin, a lot of emotionalism, a lot of opinion masquerading as fact and journalism. Not a big fan of that, as many are not fans of. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Trump was right to come out on TV and say that he takes hydroxychloroquine? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or was he wrong? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. How do you feel about the reactions from everybody, mainstream media, politicals, regular normies? What's your viewpoint on Neil Cavuto and Fox and Nancy Pelosi? Like, what's really going on with them? To give you my final thoughts on it, I think that it was a good thing that he came out and said that he takes the drug. And I like how he is leading from the front. All right. He said that the drug is good, it's safe, it's effective, and he takes it himself. So that lets me know that he's confident in what he says. Unlike Barack Obama, remember that whole thing with the Flint water talking about, oh, it's safe, you can drink it. And then he had a glass of it on the desk and like barely sipped it to the point where no water got into his mouth. You understand what I'm saying? He did that live on TV. It's like, sir, you didn't drink the water. Take a swig of the water. Don't just like do a light little sip to where you don't get any water in your mouth. I want you to like chuck the whole thing, right? Chuck the water on the table if it's safe like that. Trump's taking the drug. People saying that he's lying. I mean, what's the purpose in lying? Really, what's the purpose in lying? I don't really know, but whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.